All right. So let's just go straight to the point. The crisis, the decadence, social vices, everything. Name them. So, who do we blame? Who is supposed to act? Who is missing their roles at this point in history? And that is exactly what we want to discuss. I'm live at home once again with Baba Dede Mabiaku. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I'm sure you're already aware the crisis around, initiative to set up Ruga, which was resisted. You're also aware suspected kidnappers who killed armed robbers on the highway who killed daughter of Pa Fashion Roti and Afenifere chieftain. You're also aware so many things happening recently. Who is supposed to play a role that is missing? Who is not playing their role? Is it the federal government? Is it the state government? Is it the stakeholders, elder statesmen, activists, media, young or old, religious leaders, the clerics?
In 2019, we are looking for who to blame. It is not a matter of looking for who to blame. It's a matter of facing issues the way they stare us in the face. All of us are to blame. Don't jive yourselves. All of us are to blame.
Okay.
You see, it's enough passing the buck. It's enough of this issue of wanting to make sure that there's somebody you can castigate, there's somebody you can hold on to and say, he is the one that is guilty. He is the one that is wrong. It is the Fulanese. It is the this. Stop it! Nigerians, and wake up and smell the coffee, my friends. What will they talk about? Is it time to cast blame or time to find solutions to our problems? It is time to find solution to our problems. So make we find the solution, not be make we the cast blame. Look here, guy. Let's be real with ourselves. In 2015, Wale Soyinka, when we respect, regard, honor, and I will always treasure him, don't forget, said that he wanted us as a people to line up behind Buhari and vote for Buhari. Now, if a person of that nature opens his mouth to speak, do you know how many people value his orders? I'm using my terms very, very cliched. Orders is orders. In any society, when you have a confraternity and it holds grounds, you would know that that confraternity needs to be regarded and respected. Soyinka and his own team of friends in the olden days in University of Ibadan set up the Pirates Confraternity. And since that time, see how many years, they still reign till today, and they are so strong. It is apolitical, it is cultural, it is religious. Because you have Muslims, you have Christians, you have Ijaws, you have Hausas, you have Yorubas, you have Igbos. So he holds the country firm without realizing. If you give your order that this is what I want to be done in this country, the whole of that unit will flow along with it because you have spoken. Are we not seeing the essence of power being expressed by him? Why are we acting as if we are blind to certain things that we need not be blind to? After the Buhari first tenure, all of us see everything will happen here. Abysmally so, Nigeria has become a joke. Nigeria has become in international circles. Because, for crying out loud, a country that cannot treat common ailment of the common man, a country that keeps carrying its president, that is your number one citizen, to another country for treatment, it's not qualified to be a country. I told you some time back, in the 60s, the Saudi royalty came to Nigeria here, to UCH, for medical cure. It's there, it's on records. And in 2018, up until 2019, Buhari still went to London for medical care. That tells you the state of mind, the psyche, and the positionality of the people in question. Now, when a Soyinka educates the people about what they need to do, his duty is to enforce that is an order. So that ultimately, other units that have also come behind and formed, in quote, confraternities, should start to fall in line. This is not time for people to look for who is pirate, who is Eye, who is what do they call the other ones again? Black Axe. Who is this? They should all unite together and see that their duties as confraternities are to make the society a better place. But they are so divisive in how they have established themselves. A Soyinka is a clarion central call for all, because he is one of the people that has started it in this land of ours. Why do I use this unit as the first call of what I'm doing? Because in the confraternities you have chiefs, kings, pastors, businessmen, engineers, doctors, meaning they cut across the stratosphere of the Nigerian society. These are the people who are the most respected in our present day society when it comes to educational attainments. Are you with me?
With you, sir. So we have it in the church.
So ultimately, when we look at it, we now transcend this same picture. Because don't forget, it's the Soyinka factor I'm using here. I'm not bringing him down. Don't misconstrue me. I'm just saying, Baba Soyinka, how far? You should see your role differently. Your role now should be more dominant in the Nigerian stratosphere, because your words should be law in this day and time. When the society is going out of order, it is the people who hold transcendence of others, who follow their ideals, that should correct the society, because when they speak, the people who follow them would adjust therewith. No, you follow where I'm coming from. Now, let's move on. Added to that, you have these jokers who call themselves pastors or stoppers, who are everywhere, jiving with the minds of so many Nigerians, saying they are giving them salvation. And they seemingly forget the major cliche that same Bible states, that it is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to get into the kingdom of heaven. All the pastors will not they follow, will not want go heaven through. Are they not rich? Let's be real. You want show me one of them when poor, when follow the real tenets of what in religion state. So instead of them to follow the true tenets, these people can't make heaven. So how can they make you make heaven? For instance, is that the heaven you are looking for, or your heaven must be created here where we are? We need to start to accept the fact that the things giving us problems in our own here stay are one, units that we call societies, cults, or otherwise. Because we are so deep inside all these things, the Ogboni, the born again circle, they are all societies that our people are following and taking their minds into these things without seeing the society for what it needs to be seen as. If the Christians, the Muslims, the pagans, the Ogun worshippers, the Shango worshippers, the Oshun worshippers, the pirates, the this, the that, the this, if they team up together and stand up and say, Ile Ilafe, this is what we want. You want to tell me that anybody from another country will come in here and want to dictate to us what we want? We are too divided.
Baba, sorry to cut, because so many comments are coming and I have to. Somebody is asking on YouTube that should Soyinka not be resting while you take over?
No, you must understand what is going on. Their generation, i.e. Soyinka's generation, include the Obasanjos of this world, the Buharis of this world. Their generation still holds sway. It is his generation that is sitting there. It is him. Don't forget what they tell us. In African society, you must have respect for elders. So he is in the same generation with these people who are making a mess of this society. It is his duty, because he holds firmly to a control pillar. Don't forget this. This man, you guys don't know what Soyinka is in this country. You don't realize it. Do you know who the pirates are in Nigeria? Do you really know what pirate confraternity stands as in this country? You don't. If you do, you will shudder. He should be the one to tell them to shut up. His orders should be orders now. He should be the one to wake them up that we are not in Igborumila, where rubbish can transcend. It is his duty as an elder statesman for us to tell his mates to behave themselves like elders and not to behave like agbayas. Because the agbayadom has done enough damage to this country. No, you understand where I'm coming from now.
I guess your
It's
point.
not a matter of should I not be. Guys, no. We are going somewhere with a journey with what we are discussing. The younger generation needs to see that certain things need be done. The values of this society are being tossed into the winds. Respect, regards, and all those things are not essential anymore to the younger generation. So how would you understand what your culture and your lineage holds? But I'm stating here that the way to create a rebalance is for that generation to first of all accept the flaws. Plus my generation, we must first of all accept our flaws before we can correct our faults.
All right, as it stands right now, a lot of things are already going wrong. But you said at the start of this that it is time to face the reality.
Exactly.
And in facing the reality, everybody has got a role. You just mentioned Wole Soyinka as an example. Yeah. Certainly, it is not going to only be Wole Soyinka. Everybody has got a role.
All of us have our
now,
roles.
A lot of people or a lot of sects or units must have also been, negligent in their roles for these things to have come this way, to have come deep like this. Can you identify others? That also should governments.
Behind my generation. See, look, let's be real with this. Let's call a spade a spade. Huh? The people who have been abusing the essence of Nigeria or Nigerianism are very few. Just a few thousands who have been the thieves, the legislators, the executives over this period of time. They're very few. They're not many. But the typical everyday Nigerian has ceded his rights without realizing. We don't speak up. We don't act up. Nowadays, you find the younger generation, all of them are holding their phones. Everybody in a phone freak now, in a phone craze now. You dey walk out for road in a phone. You dey drive in a phone. You dey inside house. You're not even related. You don't talk with yourself in a phone. What are you looking for in the phone? What is the phone teaching you? Where is the essence of what you're learning from that phone? That tool, that machine that's supposed to be empowering for you? My brother, in those days, for us to communicate was major boga. If you want call person for London, you go Nitel. You go queue. Long queue. Then when you queue, you go on day so when you reach your turn, you go enter inside the Nitel office to buy to buy your, we call and sleep. They'll give you the phone sleep. You go pay. They'll give you the sleep. When you want to enter the booth, just in 3 minutes, you go take enter there. Are you with me? Yeah. As you enter inside the booth, hello, brother, one is something pay, well, Masoro, and then the next thing, they start, and then they say you bring this back, bring this, then you go, yeah, 3 minutes don't finish. You will go back and queue again at the beginning of the queue. Now, the time has come for this generation. No, added to that, when we want to send message to anywhere, if not out of the town where you dey, it go take 1 week. If not out of Nigeria, it fit take 3 weeks or 1 month or 2 months. If not Telegram, it go take 1.5 weeks. If not Telegram locally, it go take 1 whole day before they get information. But now, this machine is available for everybody.
Per second.
Once you just film something right now, person went there for Obodo Ibo, then they receive, and person went there for Kano, they receive, person went there for Kutu Wenji, they receive.
People, they watch us live.
They receive. As you they do your recording, they watch you, they yabos, they go now. So now, since we know that is the case in the present, the essence of holding ourselves together and learning should begin. Our fault is that we have not made the younger generation realize that tool is empowering enough for them to learn about who they are, what they are. Because the people who know not what they are a lost race, a lost generation. We need to start to understudy what our culture is. They have the chance now. Federal government stopped the schools from teaching civics, from teaching history. How can you not teach your children about what they are, from whence they came? How can you kill the culture of a people by not educating the people on it? But, guys, Google will teach you everything now. So how well are you using your phone? Most of the younger generation, they use their phone to do, he said, she said, they say lie, they are looking at sex tapes, looking at Ikebe, and then the latest shoe, latest bag, then they're using it for 419, using it for Yahoo Yahoo and the rest, and praising themselves. Hell no! Your duty is to use it to educate yourself and tinker together to be able to empower your society better for your own children and your children yet unborn. We are being very silly to ourselves by not accepting the truth, and it stares us in the face. What the Obasanjos of this world, the degeneracy they plunged this country into, we are still going through it. Now he will stand up and say there's going to be war. Why are you proclaiming war ahead of time? Why not you proclaim a way to peace? If there is war in Nigeria today, my brother, the entire African race is in trouble. I say in deep trouble. Which country won't hold our refugee status? In one day, look at it. Togo, how many people? The Republic of Benin here, they say there are 5 million people. Togo, 6 million people. Ghana, let's say 20, 21 million. Cote d'Ivoire, how many? Senegal, how many? Gambia, how many? The people in Lagos alone will overrun these countries in one day. Then can you imagine what will happen to people in Cameroon? When everybody from the east and Calabar and those areas enter all those areas, we will swallow them. And we will, with the level of verbosity of the typical Nigerian, because we are very verbose in everything we do. Our speech, our character, our language, our persona, our dressing, the way we relate with each other, we are verbose. If we enter those docile societies, we're going to cripple the African society's framework and build up. We need to find where we need peace in the entire terrain called Africa, where there will be oneness, growth, development, with regard and respect for our culture and our tradition.
Make I ask specifically now. In the last few days, ever since this crisis, people say we should not even call it clash anymore because it is the terrorists that are actually going to attack people on their farms. So it was not a clash. Ever since it started, people have been reacting. Some people are saying this union is no longer working. That we can't be one. What do you think?
Was there a union in the first place? Let's be real now. I want to ask one question, Sev. In the midst of all of this brigandage we are seeing now, where are the real Hausas? Who are they? And where are they? All of a sudden now, the whole of the South is beginning to think that Hausas are Fulanis. The Fulanis are not Nigerians now. They are not. Where are the Hausas, the predominantly Hausa race we have in this country? Where are they? Have they been completely wiped out? That would be sad. Because we have not looked at this point. Those people have not been given a chance to speak. We've not heard them. We've not heard from them. They have been completely suppressed for so long. It's painful. I repeat, Fulanis are not Nigerians. Go and find their history, you will know. When you are talking of this Ruga or no Ruga thing, I laugh because it's not necessary. Because in the olden days, when that's about 1924 thereabout, right? Around that period, the Budukatu ranch was established. We had been doing ranching in Nigeria. Awolowo established ranches in the west, in Ondo and some other places. I remember growing up as a kid that, the Shakiri, where I come from, in Warri, right? We used to have big cows in Millers. Massive, the Shakiri, we had ranching going on there. Pariwane had massive cows. People know these things, but they never disturbed people's farms. These people who came in are here for another purpose. It's a politicization of a situation. The people who are money laundering are using cows to money launder. And they are bringing people to help them use this to disturb the polity. And they now want to force Nigerians, in quote, into what is not necessary. You cannot come from your country and say you want to take citizenship of another person's country by force. No, do I make sense to you here, my brother?
The question
I repeat, they are not Nigerians.
But you asked the question, where are the Hausas?
Where are they?
And I want
Speak
to follow
up
up on
now.
that. But we are said to have, Nigeria is said to have 19 northern states. It's out of 36 total
19
states.
northern states, and out of the 19 northern states, we don't even hear the voice of any of the Hausas speaking. In 19 northern states, the Hausas should come up now and say, this is not our agenda. Look here, in something I was discussing with a few friends the other day. Religion should not be a situation where we use to divide ourselves or kill ourselves. Religion is supposed to take you into that realm of peace and heavenness. Not so? That realm of love and oneness. That realm of joy and sharing that which is godly.
Let me.
That is religion. Is it not supposed to
Very,
be so?
very.
Now, if they say to us that 75% of the people who practice a particular religion are moderate, why are they keeping quiet about the other percentage that is not moderate? That have been violent, that are expressing what is not necessary, that are making them look bad. It is time we all start to face these things. Like I said, if we do not accept our flaws, we cannot correct our faults.
Baba, these people have federal government backing, according to what we heard. So are you saying that the presidency
is Fulanized? And so it is not an issue of having presidential backing. It's an issue of having an agenda which they are playing out.
Through
what they have
with
already...
the approval of?
With their approval of the unit which controls them, which they are using now, using Buhari as their main call, as their clarion caller. Look at what happened in Central African Republic. It is there for everybody to read about. It is there. Where they are playing this thing out of books of what has been done for long. The Usman Dan Fodio jihad is still continuing and people are keeping quiet. But I repeat, the Hausas who were overrun within that period, what happened? Where are you? You are the true Nigerians. Where are you? Let's relate with you. Not people to tell us that we cannot come to your own terrain, which is you are our brothers. But in reality, whether the Fulanis are Nigerians or not, they are Africans. Understand this. They are Africans. And so, why are we fighting to destroy that which is the centrum, the nucleus of Africa? Instead of us to tinker together of how we can make this bedrock a solid one so that Africa stands stronger with more regard and respect in the world out there. Has Africa not suffered enough? Have we not?
Baba Fela, somebody made reference to Baba Fela Hela, yeah, and but I didn't want to stop you. Baba Fela also condemned most of the things that enslaved us in Nigeria, including our own people. But voices like yours, maybe only you people are now very few. Let me say that. And the voices so, don't seem to be loud anymore.
If you say so, then there is no hope again. But Why? If you understand the fact that what I say means something to you, it means I am with you and I am in you. That means there's more of me everywhere. Sure. Many people talk about what Fela says. It is the Fela in you that wakes up. Means Fela is alive. Fela lives. Means that inside you need to really wake it up the right way around is what we need to do. Not to castigate each other, but to wake up the sensibilities of those things that will make us a better people the right way around. How are we going to get good health? A healthy nation is a wealthy nation. How are we going to get good agriculture? How are we going to get good education? Because education is vital. Not the kind of education we see today where the younger generation are being made to learn what is not useful to the development of their society. What is learning classics, learning Latin, learning French, learning all this? What has it got to do with our society and our societal development? We need to focus on what will make the economies make sense, where there will be jobs. Because in all of this that I'm talking about, if you improve the medical sector, there will be jobs available. If you improve the agricultural sector, there will be jobs available. If you improve the arts sector, there will be jobs available. If you improve educational sector, there will be jobs available. And as these things are going on, there will be development available. There will be progress available. And ultimately, there will be peace.
This reminds me, Fela in every one of us. If we look at it very well, we will wake the Fela in us and act. Do you know Naira Marley? You know, we have our own generation.
Don't drag me into this.
I just
Make me happy. You know, when a generation that should be awake to truth is calling truth a wrong name. Fela stands for truth. Fela epitomizes power of the truth. And that truth is not the power to steal or to deceive or to play any intrigues on your fellow man, but to build. To build. And ultimately, if we don't see this and start to adjust ourselves now, we are doing ourselves a big disservice. I heard a lot of them comparing that young man to Abamieda Fela Nicola Bokuti Ejo people. Why are you trivializing the essence of your matters? Why are you bringing down Abamieda Fela Nicola Bokuti? Why are you rubbishing the essence of him in this corridor of nothingness that is not supposed to be an issue? The boy, was he right in doing what he did? Ask yourselves. Yahoo ni Fela Sheni? Ask yourselves. Somebody who when they edutain, because in everything he did, his tortures were based on wanting to enlighten the people, wake up the minds of the people for the development of the society the right way round, with respect and regard for our cultures and traditions. The typical African culture and tradition teaches you not to steal or do tricks to rip off the next man of what is duly his. There are people, they're talking of reparation. Reparation, you come out, stand up and say, this is what my rights are. You denied me my rights and I want them back. And by law and by right, I'm going to fight for it. And you duly stand and fight for it. Not sneak through the computer to carry people money and their own wealth and the rest of it, and do the 419 and the Yahoo, and then you come and relate yourself as the same with Baba Ejo. Jarora. We should be careful the kind of things we say, lest the future holds us to account. We must be careful. And that young man should now desist from letting his colleagues make him look like he is a Fela wannabe because of the situation he has gone through. No, you are not a Fela because of the situation you have gone through. You are not. The Fela in you should wake up and make you realize that, wait to any boys, Koyeka mama shaking you. How many of the young ones that have gone through this 419 and this Yahoo thing have invested back into the society the right way? How many? Do you see them? That's what I'm trying to say now. Toba Jekpe, if it is because you people are saying that you do these things because you want to empower the society in another way, okay. 1, 2, 3 or 4 of you have done Yahoo. You sit down together and set up a business where you have researchers, young think tanks working together to make agriculture grow, to build a school, to build some hospital somewhere with the monies you've, in quote, you claim reparated. But what we see is the opposite, guys. Be real. Not to drink champagne, pop champagne, wash your hand with champagne for club, to bath girl with champagne inside bath, to do all this kind of... Is that what we are looking for? Or the one we see where they can't get so degenerate to the level of stealing woman pant? Or to the point where they begin to kill people, they kill girls now, to use their body parts for ritual. Is that what we need to eulogize? Is that what we need to praise and sing about? Or this one, when they dance now, when children they dance for road, they hold their privy. Is that the kind of songs? See, my brother, I'm not castigating. I'm saying, what are we doing to do things the right way round? The youth of today, hapa, get real now. Our time will not get these opportunities when they thrust upon you now. We did not have at all. In those days, my papa go shout my name. In the upstairs, he go shout, Dede! I go run. Yes, daddy. Run, go upstairs. He go just stretching leg. My friend, remove my shoe. I go remove shoe for him, remove socks. He go drop that right leg. Go say, remove the second shoe. I go remove the shoe for him. He go drop leg. My friend, take the shoe to the room. In room, they next door there. Now down at they play. I go carry the shoe, go the room. By the time I come back, I stand for inside. Yes, daddy. Put on the television. I'll go open the TV. Turn the thing on. It go take time. The tube. It take like about 3 minutes for the tube to warm. I go stand there. When the tube don't warm, finish. My papa go say, change the channel. I go change them. Next channel. Next. Return it. Aerial now on top television in the day. If they stand there, they go put on there. They say, turn the area. I go turn them. Turn it. The other way. Okay, stop. Take your hand. I go take your hand, come out. It not go clear. But when you take your hand, touch them, it feel clear small. Say, take your hand off. I'll take your hand. Put your hand. I go put my hand. Then you go say, stay there. Meaning, now we be remote. In our time, we didn't have opportunities. Now, I dey watch TV, my pikin, the TV go just change. Piam. I go, who changed the channel? My pikin will say, oh, cool down, Dede. I just want to check something. That shows how degenerate the cultural values that we have become. No regards for culture, no regards for tradition. So where is the way forward? The youth of today, make una start to learn about una self. Phone day with una. Google go teach una. The one won't Google not teach una, ask. Then when una they ask this thing, una go begin find out, say many things they will una never see. Because some idiots prevented this country from its development the right way round. How dare you remove history from schools? How dare you remove civics from schools? People know not about governance. People know not about their own way, where they come from. How dare you treat the generations that have passed this way? But we can correct it by first of all learning about who we are and what we are. The excesses will be corrected if this generation now starts to see themselves instead of hating yourselves. I hear there are a group of Yahoo people now fighting against the other people who say Naira Marley doesn't have a right to do something. No. You don't need that now. You need to tinker together. You need to team up together. The ideas you have, you can now use the computer like no man's business. You are whiz kids with the computers. Use those computers to build things, to regenerate and create things. Think together, sit down. The Zuckerberg, our young boys then now, if they fit do those things, our young boys who are so sharp, should now sit down together and start harnessing results and returns. Use these computers and the things to make agric grow. Use it to make the world see that we can do other things in this country. Is it not a shame that everywhere we go to, they say the most intelligent people you find all over the world are Nigerians? But yet we don't have people, engineers, Nigerian engineers to do road. We don't have Nigerian doctors to make researches in Nigeria. We don't have Nigerian agriculturalists to make probable researches that people will look up to. But there are things happening in different parts of this country, and we are not talking about them. Shebi in Ilorin, there are massive ranches there. There are about 1 or 2 ranches in Ilorin where they're even doing cheese, doing milk, doing everything. And the cows there are well fed and fat. Every state government should take it as their own initiative to do things that are productive, not share money. The share money syndrome is killing us. It has reduced the essence of the mindset of the people. Look, in Yoruba land, for instance, there were industries. There were thriving businesses before. But you know the only thriving business in Yoruba land now that we see generally? Alright, sir. Hey, Baba. Aye, agbajeke, aye, Bada. Is it not sad that others have come from outside and bought over all the places, bought over the companies? Look at Alaba, completely bought off. Look at Festa, completely bought up. Look at Ikoyi, check everywhere. And the same sequence of event is happening in Oyo, Ogun, Oshun, Yoruba Ronu. It's not time to say we want to fight. It's time to find how we can bring peace in its sublime, supreme form in this part of the world, because that's the only way we can make the world at large see progress that will come from here. We can't be waiting on dead body them when they for us rock. We cannot be waiting for that. Yes, it is time to call for referendum. I know. But prior to your referendum call, what have you put in place to make the younger generation see value in themselves so that they should start to now harness the essence of cultural development, the essence of trado development, the essence of who we are based on what we are? Nigerians, the strongest people ever in this world. Whether you like or you don't like, it's the truth. Nobody take torture rituals. Nobody take punishment rituals. Nobody take degenerate pounding rituals. When I look at somebody like Fela, with the level of beating, bastardization, when they give him, with the abuse, when they impose upon him, they burn his house, strip him naked, beat him, break his leg, kill him mama, come carry him naked, they walk out for road, they sing victory songs, soldiers they flog him naked. Oh, no, make not forget to the naked damn new carry him, soldiers they flog him from Kalakuta to Abalti barracks, they sing victory songs. His life is supposed to show us the level of indestructibility of the African, albeit the Nigerian. So please, I am making a call from our elders down to the youths. I have made this call by calling on the Shoinkas, on the Femi Falanas, who Femi Falana in this case learnt from Fela. Because he came on that train along the road when Commissioner Oshobu was originally there. Falana talks sense a lot of times. He does. I know. But even though himself don't pack it, because inside shop, he should be in work with EFCC. Anybody when work inside government circle, you self know now. If you know shop, they go shop for you. So inside shop, that's why all those massive chamber and the rest when you get. But talk more for your people. I like what they are beginning to wake up to do. But are you doing it the right way? I dare say no. But I would implore you to wake up now. Self, because they are your generation. So you can tell them to shh. Benudake. This is not the time to call for war. The noise of an empty vessel should not be taken as the essence of a man. Now man, they stand. Now goat, they run. It's time for Nigerians to show that we are men. And we mean it. Not be destruction will help us. Now harmony, peace, oneness, love, developmental growth. Then go make us a better people. How far? How far?
Thank you so much, Baba Dede. This is very exhaustive already. So much loaded in very short minutes that we spent together. But people, did you learn something? I've been reading all the comments here, but I don't want to interrupt you. So many people having so many things to say here. All right, thank you everybody for joining this live broadcast. Solutions, VCN Media, and everybody.
Look, whether you like it or not, this is not the time for the revolution. But revolution not be destruction. Let's start with the human revolution. Every other revolution will make sense. Agricultural revolution, economic revolution, African revolution, social revolution, political revolution. These revolutions can only make sense if we make sense of them ourselves. Wake up, Africa. Wake up, Nigeria. Rise up the right way, not to destroy. We don't need destruction. Don't be afraid of the clarion call of non-Nigerians on television saying that they will do this to us, they will do this to that. Stop it. Well, they say nothing. If we stand up together, our numbers are more than them. Understand that. But we must start to stand up with one another. It is time. Love your neighbor. Love your brother. Love your enemy. Because Naingo show you the road when your enemy come won't kill you.
So that's a wrap, people. Because more people are dropping. The moment they notice you responded to revolution, they started dropping more comments. Let's close it here for now. Let's not disturb about the date too much. I'll come back another time to see him. hopefully there will be other better developments then to talk about, not just this kind of crisis development every time. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Baba Dede, for your time. And
Let this rain, man.
thank you
Let
so
this
much.
rain. This not be time to look the next man, tell and say, they say, oh, no, make my own not be like that man. Oh, no, this is the time to look at the next man who's down and say, it was long. Make this my own better now. Make even better past my own. Nigeria needs to be better. You need to be better. Let's be better. How about that?
Yes.
Cheers.